How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the YouTube channel. Today we're going to be taking the Camaro 1LE and putting Tredwear letters on it. If anybody that's been a part of the channel for a little while knows, before I got new tires a few weeks ago, I had white lettering all over the tires and I thought they looked fantastic. Well, I finally have the letters in and the weather's finally nice enough to do so. Here is, I got everything kind of laid out in the four-wheeler and bags. Here's the letters. This is 1, 2, 3, 4 tires. Obviously comes with the adhesive. It's really crazy glue, and it comes with these templates as well that you can use. Last time I did the install, they did not come with these. It was a lot more difficult doing one at a time. With these, I think we should be able to do about 4 letters at a time that'll fit on those templates. So basically what you have to do is you have to use some, I'm going to use this Black Magic tire cleaner. It's pretty nasty stuff. You have to wear, I usually wear some gloves and you want to use some old rags or some rags that you're good to throw away. You want to get all of the nasty stuff off of the tires. They look clean, but there's a lot of stuff on these, especially from when they mold these tires. They have a ton of just nasty oils and all that good stuff in there, or I should say bad stuff in there. So you want to get all that stuff out of there. And then actually something that's kind of interesting, I forgot to show you. With this kit, you're going to get some sandpaper. Actually, I'm not even sure what grain it is. 150. So basically, once you clean the tires and get all that crap off of them, you're going to take that sandpaper and just rough it up a little bit. Not so much that you're just like noticeable that you've sanded your tires. You basically just want to kind of knock off some of the little nubs, and really, it's such a soft surface that if you can rough it up just a little bit, then the adhesive has a little bit more ways to grip onto the tires and it sticks a lot better. So definitely do that. And like I said, this all comes with this kit. It's some sandpaper. You get a ton of these templates. You get the adhesive on the back and inside of this. There is instructions with everything I'm telling you, and the letters obviously. So once you have prepped the tires and cleaned them, sanded the areas that you want to do so, the first thing I would do is really kind of map out how you're going to do this. And if I remember correctly, last time I did this, I started with L, and that's kind of my center point, and I got some string and I made a line directly in the middle, and basically that was my middle point, and that's where I started the middle of my words each time. That way they are totally symmetrical on all 4 tires. That's the best way I found it, and that's the way I'm going to do it again. So we'll see how it turns out. Now that I got the surface cleaned, and I know I'm going to start my first word, which is Eagle F1, right about here, and then I'm going to work my way down and work my way back. Like I said, I'm going to start with the L, and then I'll finish G-A-E, and then E space F1, and I'll do that with the big letter, so it should fill up this whole surface. First, we're going to sand the tire with this sandpaper that is provided. Like I said before, we're just knocking off these nubs and roughing up the surface just a little bit. After you've roughed up the surface, there's going to be a little bit of residue from the rubber, and you're going to want to go ahead and clean that off as well, so you have a totally clean surface on what you're going to adhere your letters to. Now the surface is totally prepped and ready to go. What we're going to do is just kind of lay out a template of how you want to lay them out. First thing I want to talk about, though, is the material here that you're using for the letters. They are extremely durable, very, very tough material, and you can see, I hope, that white is actually a full layer. It's not painted on, it is an actual layer that when I had my last letters on, I had them on for, I want to say, about 6,000 or 7,000 miles, and they never once got beat up. They cleaned up really, really easy with some of the detailing that I do, and we'll show you that here in the future, of course. But extremely durable. These are a little different material than the last ones I had. They're a little bit more pliable, which is good because when you're going to be gluing them in and pushing them into all the crevices, it's a little bit easier to work with than the last one. So I'm very excited to see how these go on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure out where I'm going to put these, such as this, and then we'll go down the line and just make sure they fit. We'll show you how to do that. I know it sounds like a lot, but it's actually a very simple process. So I showed you those templates that were sent in the kit, and I actually have already completed one tire on the car. I just wanted to do this, do it one more time. I haven't put these on in a while, and I just wanted to make sure I did them properly and found the best method for myself and for you guys, I hope. Those templates are extremely helpful, but I feel like these letters are too big for them because you can really only fit about 3 or 4 on them, and I did 3 the first time I tried to use the template on the last tire, and it was just way too much surface area and too much glue to try to line up and then, you know, press on and peel off. I actually found that doing one letter at a time, it may take a little bit more time individually. However, the end result is way better than just kind of slapping them all on there. And I'm sure if people are doing these, like the Tredwear people themselves, if they're installing them with those templates and they're doing them more frequently than I am, they're probably a lot better at managing that. But for me, doing one at a time is the best way that I've found. So we'll do that for now. And I'll show you. I need to roll the car forward just a little bit, but right here it says Eagle F1 on the original tires. I always start with L on these because I got 3 letters here and then EF1, so 3 letters there as well. So I know that's my center point. And basically I'm going to start the L just like that, and then I'm going to work my way backwards with GAE and then E, and then do a space with F1. So I know L is my center point, and then that will give me a center point to start here when I do Goodyear on this side of the tire. So that's just kind of a little tip from me on how I've done these in the past, and it seems to work out really good. So next thing we're going to do is actually the tire is completely prepped. It's been sanded and cleaned, and the letters are ready. And basically you're just going to put glue, and I'll show you all this obviously, but we're just going to put glue across the whole back surface of this. And you want to cover the whole surface, but you don't want to be crazy with it. Don't put too much that it takes a long time for it to settle. Just a thin surface across the whole thing, and you can stick it on there, put just a little pressure on it, and leave it and let it do its thing and adhere. And you can kind of check on it and push on it as time goes on, but it'll cure way faster if you put just a thin, even layer across the back of these letters. So with that being said, let's get to it. So I have the back of the letter put down. Just take your Tredwear adhesive. Like I said, you're going to want to fill in the whole area. By the way, these gloves are extremely helpful because you are going to get glue on your hand, and it makes it way easier to clean or keep yourself from having to clean your hands for 3 hours. So as you can see, I have just put some in the middle, and I'm just going to spread it around. Don't get too close to the edge. I've also found you want to get close to the edge, but not too close, because it will obviously press out, and it's going to go outwards to the edges already. So make a nice outline. And there you go. As you can see, the whole letter, except for just on the edge, is covered in a thin layer of adhesive. And now you can take a little bit of time with it right in the state right now. It's not totally going to heal right away, but you want to be somewhat quick with this. As soon as you put it on the letter, as soon as you put the letter on the tire, it is going to start to adhere. Give a little bit of pressure there. Get that glue to see how it moved on me there. So it is pretty liquid still. Just put some light pressure to tack it down. Go ahead and let it sit right there for just a little while. Let that glue cure a little bit, and then you can proceed and put a little bit more pressure throughout the whole letter. As you can see, doing one at a time leaves you with a lot of time and capability of moving the letter if needed. When you use the template, you have 3 of these big letters and you're trying to tack them all at once, and doing one at a time definitely gives you a little bit more time, and like I said, you're gonna love the finished product by taking your time doing these. there you have it. I just want to show you the one word on the letters for now, and I hope you were able to see kind of the process we did there. I'm going to go ahead and finish these up, and don't click off this video. You're going to want to see the car when it's completely done. We'll take it out and get some great videos and angles on it so you can really see how different these make your car look in such a great way. So if you want to check these guys out, I will include their link in the description below, and go check them out. They're great people, great prices. It's not too expensive at all, well worth the money. And obviously it's a pretty easy install. Prep the tires by cleaning them, sanding them just a little bit. Take your time doing one letter at a time, in my opinion, is the best way. And go light but thoroughly cover with the glue. Put a little pressure on it, let it settle just a bit, and then go ahead and really put some pressure on them to adhere to the tire with that extra pressure. So that is pretty much the whole process there. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did like this video and what we're doing here, and if you like this car, which I will give you a walk around if you're new to the channel, don't want to show you this side because it is done. Here is the car before the letters. That's a great shot actually, so you can kind of see what it looks like before. This is my 2013 Camaro 1LE, which does have an aftermarket 67mm turbocharger on it with about 600 horsepower, and there will be plenty more videos to come on this. So if you like this car and you want to see more about it, definitely subscribe to the channel. Like this video as well if you enjoyed it. I would greatly appreciate it, and we'll catch you guys here really soon. Take it easy.